Okay, let's talk about the operation released on MicroFuture. We can see this operation is released on MicroFuture, named Director of Application and Digital Transformation. The company is Access People Singapore company, and there have 86 applicants. Post on June 1, closing on 22. This is located at International Plaza, 10 Nation Road, permanent operation. And salary is some good, 15 to 25,000 1 month. Let's see the role responsibility. Executive search. Our client is a large multinational with APAC HQ in Singapore. So this is operation listed by the executive search company. So the company may be Access People Singapore is executive research companies. Executive research company, the executive research. Executive research. Our client is large multinational with APAC HQ in Singapore. We are seeking vision director of application to strategy plan, developer, implement, and manage all applications of their company. You will play a crucial role in driving digital transformation, enhancing customer experience, and ensure operational efficiency. You will have proven track record in application development and management. Possess strong leadership skill and be passionate about innovation. Let's see more about the operation description. Responsibility, strategy leadership, develop and execute a comprehensive application strategy aligned with business goal. Foster a culture of continuous improvement and inspire innovation with the application team. Uh, Not very clear description. Maybe this is a strategy operation focused on IT. We can think about the focus on the business scope, business future, maybe line with IT team. So this role is more focused on their business. They seem to think of men for the inspire innovation. I think maybe some IT project, maybe for the digital innovation, all of this. Okay, next one, application development and management. Oversee the end-to-end application development lifecycle, ensure the delivery of high-quality solutions, evaluate, select, and implement appropriate technologies to support business need, establish best practice and monitor applicants and monitor application performance to drive efficiency and effectiveness and effective difficulty to
Effectiveness.
effectiveness. Let's pronounce it with the Roman dictionary. You can see the effectiveness. Uh, I see there is so many applications suited for different companies. But I think if you understand all of the product, all of the solution, all of the business, you can find which one is suited for your company and maybe not suited for the company. There is so many solutions, innovation, and all of this technology is developed. Some is new, some is old. That's me. Some product is mature for the business. Someone is very new for the business. They need the time. They need time to for the inspection to check out the customers. You can select a mature product such as SAP, but the price, the cost is high. And you can select innovation technology such as some very new payment gateway, such as Red Dot and all of these payment gateway companies. But you can also select the AutoPay, the RDN, and such as the Payable. All of this solution and the technology is mature, but maybe some expensive. So let's talk about some experience about myself. About 10 years ago, I have working in a Chinese big company. The company now maybe is the biggest corporation in China and maybe the top one enterprise in the world in the vehicle industry. But there is but there was a project we have implemented very very failure, not success. I mean, at that time, I have not make decision. I have no power to decide which product we should to use. But at that time, my boss, the IT director, he decided to purchase the product named Kingday. But I think there is a disaster for the company and for everyone, for employee, for our staffs. After we have go live the system, we found the performance is very low. Because at that time, we have used the Quindo systems to deal with our group financial systems. That means there is a very simple features to input the receipt, to input and let me check about the 凭证. It is
Vouchers.
We need to import the vouchers into the systems, and so we can get all the so we can get the chart account and deal with the purchase and the inventory and the sales. The voucher must be input into the system. But at that time, I think maybe the system have the function to import all of this voucher, and we can input it by manual. But at that time, there is a disaster, I said. For at that time, the consultant come from the vendor told us we do not want to. They do not want us to input the import. They do not want us to import the vouchers by patch. I mean, you can export all of this to Excel, maybe TXT, and import it into the new system. But the consultant told us you cannot do this. You must input it one by one by manually. So we do this. We input all of these vouchers one by one, and all our staffs must overtime working every day, just almost for 1 month. Almost I think at that time is a very heavy working. But the disaster not just by this. The disaster is occurred a long time. I think I remember it may be a nightmare.
Nightmares.
Here may be nightmares because you can find the real the fact is if you input one voucher, just only one end user input one voucher, the system must wait for 15 or 20 minutes. Then the voucher is input success. Really? Yes, it is really. The system is input 15 to 20 minutes later, so the voucher is input success. At that time, I monitor the networking, monitor the server balance, the CPU and the memory user and the disk space. There is always waiting. The networking is enough. The networking is very enough, and the time delay is very short time. It's very quickly. I mean the network is very quickly, and the server. This is important case I found, and the CPU is very busy, but the memory is very low for the server, because we have a very big server group for the database and the application. I monitor the database, I monitor the application servers, but at that time I found the database server, the CPU performance is very high, but at the time the CPU is 100% to use at that time. So I check the SQL statement and find there is always one SQL statement is in executing, was in executing, and duration for almost 10 or 20 minutes when our end user input the voucher. Really? Yes. This is a problem, but we just solve these problems just 1 year or 2 years later. It is a disaster for everyone, but I think there is so many corruption and on-the-table deals for the purchasement. At that time, even staff he working for so long time and just for input the voucher into the new systems. Her eyes all blind because long time working. And another staffs come from Xinjiang, overtime for a long time, almost 1 month. At that time, back to Shanghai. I hear about this fact from my colleague or IT fellows from Xinjiang. He told me that the staff, the woman died after 1 month overtime working, just for input the voucher. I think there is so disaster, but I think maybe 1 or 2 years later we found the fact. Why? No, I can't told it. There is some program. Maybe the mail. It is intentional designed to duplication executive. For example, I mean there is a trigger to execute between before the voucher is input. Let's see. I mean, if you input the voucher, trigger is executed in advance. What's the trigger? The trigger will execute by how many times? Maybe let me see. We have at that times we have 4 or maybe 300 dealers, 300 dealer, and for one dealer we have the chart account. There is a subject in the chart account. So the executive is is the 300 is the power of 2, and the power of the chart account the subject. That's me. I calculated it. It is 60 million times. 60 million times insert into the Oracle database just for blanket record. Yeah, that's mean if you want to input a voucher into the database, there is a trigger and must be executed in advance. The trigger will insert into the database by 16 million times 6 million record into the database. There is the disaster. So I think any application development should be monitored and should be in audit, and the product should be I think there how can describe it, should be used by users, and they have good reputation, they have good implementation experience, and for the CIO and the CTO, they must have the ability to find out the weakness about the product, find out the miscellaneous programs in the systems. But I think in the last examples, just because the under table business, and at that time I found the miscellaneous program and the internal triggers, but I cannot deal with it. At that time, my power to enter the Oracle will be will killed, be removed. My access to the database was removed. Even I found the weakness, found the miscellaneous program. So I think if the power is unlimited, so should be a disaster for a company. Just one man, he can decide everything, and another one, he cannot understand everything, and the others will be suffer from it. Okay, this is a story. Let's talk about more. Next one is team management, lead and mentor.
Mentor.
Lead and mentor and team of application manager, creating a collaborative and high performance work environment, define roles, responsibility, and provide coaching and feedback to drive professional growth. Develop talent within the team and promote diversity and inclusion. Yes, I see. This is good team management. This means everyone will have their technology, and everyone can say loud what they found about the problem, about the application, the advantage and the weakness, and everyone is a driver by himself, and we can find there is a channel to report the problem, and we can share ideas include between our teams, and we can see freely. I think this is related for the knowledge management. Knowledge management, that's mean there is no how to say, I forget the word. The
Dictators.
There is no dictator. Not the project manager is the one, but the project should be team. Everyone have their free. They have their power to see and complain and say something right or wrong. That is team management, and this is important for a company. If someone hold on everything, this means disaster for the company. So let's next one, shareholder collaboration. Shareholder collaboration. Collaborator with cross-function teams to understand the requirement and priority, identify opportunities to enhance the process and improve customer experience through innovation application solution. Maintain strong relationships with external vendors and industry experts to stay current with the emerging trade. Uh, I need to say something about this sentence. This means let's think it over. Not every not every external consulting is an expert. I think some of them is very junior. You cannot trust them because for my experience, the very professional consulting always appears when you want to purchase their product. But if you purchase their product, so the junior engineers, junior consulting will appear. So they cannot understand everything. They cannot understand the methodology, and they cannot understand the product all through. So there may be a problem. You must have more communication with the vendor, so you fall into the mud because there is no excellent solution for you. This is a responsibility to the headquarter. For the header. The IT header must have the ability to realize which one is the talent come from the vendor, and someone is junior, and they must have the cooperation. They must have the collaborative about the shareholders, about the stakeholders, and the external vendors. This is important. I have the experience because I think in Singapore there is a different from China. In China, we always ask for the candidate to provide us their resume, so we can find their experience, maybe focused on the manufacturing, focused on the financial, focused on the supply chain, all of this. Maybe someone is very senior, but she is he is not very focused on the project is another problem. For example, we have employed a very senior project manager, but he is not always on my project. That means at that time we always ask the PMO stayed in our company to finish our project, finish our the tasks. But he always act as just on a title in our project, only appeared at my office once a week. It's very few times, and he assigned all of the tasks to his junior project members. But fortunately, I have the ability to understand all of the project, so we can go live very smoothly. But if you act as a CIO, maybe the digital transformation header, you must notice this is the problem. You must have more skills to understand the vendor. Okay, next time, governance and compliance. Develop and enforce policies, standards, and procedure to ensure the security and reliability. How to pronounce this?
Reliability.
Reliability and the reliability of our applications. Ensure compliance with relevant regulation and industry best practice. Conduct auditors and risk access to identify and mitigate potential issue. Mitigate. Let's check it. mitigate. Mitigate potential issue. I think there is two how to say Curtain.
Catering to.
Catering to. There is a catering to the local government, catering to some actors such as the PDPA, catering to the auditor come from the big four. The big four is
Big Four, Deloitte.
Deloitte, such as Deloitte. They always required for you, for example, the workflow, for example, the data auditor is a backup, disaster recovery, but they do not understand the program. For example, the SQL statement, the script for the data inspection, the data data inspection, and check all the cost. All of this check all the you mean the cost function is maybe FIFO, and sorry, I forgot the words. FIFO. Sorry, there is FIFO. First out and first in and first out. First in, first out. First out. First in. All of this method. I will check it later. And the requirement experience is first one is the bachelor's degree in computer science and related field. Okay, it is simple. Second one is minimum or 10 years of experience in application development, management, and leadership roles. Second one, strong knowledge of software development methodology and technologies. Fourth, proven experience in driving digital transformation and innovation within an organization. But I do not understand what about the skill of the organization. Translate to Italian. Sorry. How large the business? How large the business? How to describe the size? The scales. Maybe this word. Magnitude.
Magnitude.
Magnitude. Maybe the magnitude of the organization. Maybe 15 people. Maybe 50 people. Maybe 500 people. Maybe 5,000 people. The different scale, there is a different requirement for the application. Because the development duration is different, so we can use for the Agile, Scrum, all of this development methodology to catering for the requirement from the company shareholders. Okay, next one. Excellent leadership, communication, and problem solver skills. Last one, in-depth knowledge of governance, compliance, and security practice. I think this is maybe middle-sized companies because they require for the governance, compliance, and the security practice. But I do not know what system they want to development. They just say application. There is no technology such as Swift, Java, and maybe Golang, and all of this technology. There is no description. Just say I think this is management leader creation, and candidate maybe catering to the shareholders both, not catering for the low level engineers. So this is the problem for the GD, because from this JD, it is very easy for someone he can describe all of this very easily, and he can maybe interested by the shareholder, the boss, but he may not familiar with the detailed technology. I have seen this man just like my last company, the boss, he just clicked the keyboard by one finger. One finger click the keyboard. He cannot type words by 8 finger. He's very stupid, but he is very clever to cater for his boss, the CEO. The CEO was very like him, and he can do everything. But the very detailed technology related to everyone, related to our reputation, related to every staff's health and our cost, he do not care about it. This is the problem. I think all this job description about this operation is something not good. Even I have applied for this operation, I think I'm not very clear. How to say? How to say? Articulate.
Articulate.
Articulate. I'm not the articulate man to pursue the both. I just understand all of the technology, understand the methodology for development and for implementation. All of these things, I can understand the vehicles, the inventory, the financial, all this I can understand and I can write it down. But I can for my English, I'm just practice myself. Okay, this is today's job description for you, and this is for myself, just for practice. Thank you.